Welcome every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. to Uncommon Sense, the Uncommon Sense podcast, where because common sense ain't always common sense these days, and also it's real conversations that challenge the mainstream narrative. I'm Jay Howard along with Michael B. Wright Sr. Michael B. What's going on, my brother?
What's up there, my leader?
You got it, man. You got it. Man.
Oh, man, if I could be like you, man, I'd be doing good every day.
Oh, man, you be better. As you always tell me, be better. Be better. What, you freezing over there, man? What's freezing over there? You done got cold. I know the weather done went down a little bit, but you done got cold over there. I see you.
Man, I don't know what's going on, but
Oh yeah.
Pray for you, boy.
Oh yeah. Hey, bro, you bet. Hey, everybody better pray for each other right about now, my brother. All the stuff that's going on.
You got that right, man. But all the stuff that's going on, player. But if you got a plane ticket somewhere, let me know. I'll catch you in the middle somewhere there, boy.
Yeah, me and you both, man. Look here, man. How you gonna tell me a $200 million ballroom is privately invested, that it's not gonna cost the taxpayer people nothing, or the taxpayers nothing?
Then that ain't your ballroom, then.
That's right.
That's what that is. That ain't your ballroom, player.
No, sir. No,
it
sir.
It ain't yours. No, and whoever paying for it, they letting you know, we own this right here.
So even when he leaves office, they own it. Michael Wright, you done left the building. You still there, man?
Yonder.
Okay, yonder go.
I just hear some kind of way, man.
Hey, man, don't let him get to you, brother. Don't let him get to you. Don't let him get to you.
I'm trying not to, dog. I don't know what's going on over here. Just pray for your boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, let's get to the topic, the hot topics tonight. First, let's deal with the real reason China stopped buying soybeans from the American farmers. You know, the American farmers been struggling.
That's all.
I mean, struggling. They done lost like $26 billion. Yes, sir. They are. So
they gonna keep struggling, player. This is the tip of the iceberg.
Man, this is crazy, man. Just why? But anyway, we're gonna run this beautiful beam footage right here on Uncommon Sense on the real reason why China's not buying soybeans from the American farmers.
Trump just made a post on Truth Social and talking about China purposely stopped buying American soybeans and that it's an economically hostile act. Then he threatened to stop buying cooking oil from China. I am here to help you to understand what he's actually talking about. Let's break it down. First, China used to be the biggest buyer of U.S. soybeans. Most of the soybeans are for cooking oils or for animals, cows and pigs and chickens, all that kind of stuff. This is not hostility. That's economics. This is capitalism, which American politicians love it until it doesn't work in their favor. When you tax and threaten your main customer, they move to another suppliers. That's how free trade works. Now, you probably already know, but Trump didn't mention the U.S. Treasury recently approved about $20 billion of financial package for Argentina. Political aid to, disguise as economic support. Basically, the U.S. want Milei to stay in place, and that's why they give him the money. Right after that, Argentina cut export tax on soybeans, and China immediately bought around 20 ships of Argentine soybeans, which carry about 65,000 tons. So U.S. taxpayers' money ended up helping Argentina undercut U.S. farmers. This logic is just mind-blowing. This is not foreign victory. This is a self-inflicted damage. Now the cooking oil thing. The U.S. does not really buy cooking oil from China. It buys used cooking oil, waste oil, grease, connected from restaurants to make biodiesel, jet fuels, and those oils powers trucks and planes, not really kitchens. The reality is the trade war does not really hurt China's government. They hurt American farmers. They hurt the same working class who voted for him, and because they believe that he was fighting for them. And every time when working class hurt, it is always the government's fault. It's incompetence of the government. The social dynamic or the social antagonism is always between the ordinary working class people and the government. If the people hurt, it's government's fault. So you don't have to blame left and right or that kind of culture, or that kind of crap. It's government's incompetence. Anyway, I have more videos like this on Substack, link in bio, or visit grumpychinese.com. Thank you. Take care.
So it's the government's incompetence that we're in this situation right now. It ain't
as far as I can tell, that would be correct.
It ain't about the right. It ain't about the left. It ain't about the Democrats nor the Republicans. It's the whole government, right?
And you have 3 years of incompetence left.
Wow. And, we can have all the protests we want, all the no kings protests, but we still got 3 years of this.
As far as I can tell, man, we just, 8 months in?
8 months.
You got 3 months, 3 years left, that boy.
Wow. Okay. Well, right?
He said, okay.
The next story?
Yes, sir.
Now, you said this to me, man. I was like, wow. The cult of Trump, the influence of billionaires, Peter Thiel. Acts 17, acknowledging Christ through technology.
That part. Yeah, you got to have God in there somewhere to make this madness make sense.
So
good luck with that one. Good luck with that one.
So, the Bible talks about the Antichrist, right?
Y'all.
All right. This kind of looks like that right now. So let's run the beautiful beam footage.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. See if I can find the beautiful beam footage and we can run it right here on Uncommon Sense.
Peter Thiel giving secret lectures on the Antichrist. Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Hassan, author of The Cult of Trump. Numerous newspapers have been writing about these 4 lectures. I've been wondering how the tech bros and their transhumanism, accelerationism, long-termism, crypto vision was going to fit with the right-wing Christian nationalists, the dominionists who want to take over the government. So what apparently is going on is Peter Thiel is recruiting libertarians and Silicon Valley people into a cult group. Yes. And it's actually called Acts 17, Acknowledging Christ Within Technology and Society, founded by this woman, Michelle Stevens, who's married to Trey Stevens. This is a big connector with artificial intelligence weapons. Gary Tan, chief exec of the Y Combinator startup. Pat Gelsinger, former CEO of Intel. So in other words, what's happening here is what Peter Thiel has been recorded saying in the past, is if you really want to terrify people, you have to do it through religion. Anyone who studied the Old and New Testament understands something about what the stories are, but most people who are in the tech world, I would imagine, don't understand that the Antichrist is a prophetic figure in the New Testament who's the great deceiver. And it was written that the deceiver will deceive even the elect of God's kingdom. So I've written about New Apostolic Reformation cults within the cult of Trump. But here we have Peter Thiel trying to flip the script and blame Luddites as being the Antichrist, because in his mind, AI gods are going to rule us. We're going to put our psyches, their psyches, into android bodies so they can live forever. It's so twisted and it's so weird, but it's happening. And I would not be surprised whatsoever if this cult has apps for its people. Oh, and by the way, a very old influence technique is known as the scarcity. It's one of Cialdini's 7 criteria. So don't tell anyone. I'm doing 4 lectures on this. You can't record it. Oh, and also charge a lot of money. Make it scarce so people want it even more. I really just want people to understand Peter Thiel has power in the surveillance world now. Palantir, all the data that was stolen by Musk. There's a conspiracy of the billionaires to use a religious theme here and to recruit other billionaires into this apocalyptic vision. What do you think? Check out The Cult of Trump. Join my Substack. Put your comments below. Thanks.
The Cult of Trump. The AI gods.
Yeah, man. Like I've always said, Doc, you gotta have God somewhere in the mix, man, if you really want to make this thing happen. And of course, no way you can do it, man. You got to bring in the Christians some kind of way, because that's one of your major influence blocks as far as mind control. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is.
Right.
And so Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, all of them. That's why you had those 4, tech executives become lieutenant colonels in your military overnight. So it's interesting to see, man, how this thing's gonna play itself out. But again, you can see the power moves. And again, when you have a situation where you don't have the guardrails anymore, you let a foreigner, immigrant, go through your government within 6 months, and then all of a sudden go black. That's kind of interesting to me, man.
Right, exactly. And you saw that the tech giants were at the inauguration, and all of the tech giants, they paid homage to Trump. I mean, when I say pay homage, they paid some big money. How is Amazon gonna pay
That boy,
Trump's wife, $40 million for a documentary on her? What has she done?
that you ain't even seen, that you ain't even seen yet.
I haven't seen yet. Then you have Facebook. They paid what, about 30-40 million as well?
Yep.
Okay.
But again, man, when you look at it, Doc, your boys, they also were at the ballroom thing. So that's where your $250 million coming from, to quote unquote pay for this ballroom. So that's what that is. And again, it's not about Trump. It's about, again, paying your way into the government and securing your space in the future. And that's what them cats are doing, bro.
Right. Paying your way for the future and being in, quote unquote, in the secret society that's going on.
JP Morgan did it, player.
Yeah, he did. JP Morgan, Carnegie, and all them brothers did that back then. But what happens when powerful weapons
As the book
fall into the wrong hands? And you said, as the book, what, my brother?
As the book says, ain't nothing new up under the sun, player.
No, it ain't. It ain't, bro.
Say, this ain't new.
This ain't new.
This ain't new, player.
This ain't new. But here it is when weapons fall into the wrong hands. And you can see it right here on Uncommon Sense.
I mean, Bibi would call me so many times, can you get me this weapon, that weapon, that weapon? Some of them I never heard of, Bibi, and I made them. But we'd get them here, wouldn't we? And they are the best. They are the best. But you used them well. It also takes people that know how to use them. And you obviously used them very well. I can tell you we have weapons that nobody's ever dreamt of. I only hope we never have to use them. I rebuilt the military.
Now, so you just said that those same weapons help to destroy Hamas. You just said that,
Yep.
that you helped with the genocide with this Hamas.
That's what he just said.
Wow.
And then it said you have weapons that you hope you never use, but you're using them.
Mm. And then weapons
Make
that
it
you never
make
heard
sense.
before.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. Again, you got to have a test something, and I guess the Gaza Strip was a test pilot for what's going on now. But again, it's interesting to note that when you're looking at what's happening over there, Israel could not do what they're doing without the help of the United States of America, man. That's just the real. So this war could end literally overnight. The moment America stops fueling this thing and stops sending bombs over there and stops sending money over there, this thing end overnight.
So, okay, America is the problem in Israel, but they're also the problem in Ukraine too, right?
Man, they the problem everywhere.
Everywhere.
Pick one. Pick one.
Mm.
America's always been, always will be the aggressor on this planet because it has nothing else but aggression. That's all it has.
Right.
And that's its origin if you look at it. So don't be surprised when you notice, if you see any kind of aggression, any kind of regime change, any kind of hostility, you best believe America is somewhere in the background.
Right. Because America, the only thing America has is the military.
That's all you got.
That's all you got.
Yep. You have no manufacturing, you have no production. All that's, of course, been shipped overseas. So all you do have is military. That's why the boys keep saying, peace through strength. Because again, that's all you got is what you appear as strength. Right. Because when China put on that military parade, they showed you ain't the only one that got some toys to play with, player.
Right. And then you put on the parade and couldn't put it on right like China did.
No. Because you ain't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing.
Not like that.
Nope, not like that. Not like that. Not like that. And then, brother,
I mean,
then you go around. Then you want to mess with folk. Now you want to mess with Colombia.
Yeah.
And why you want to mess with Colombia?
Because again, man, this cat needs a war. Nobody's coming at America, so you got to come at somebody. And so that's what this is. When you're looking at you're picking a fight. You literally want to start. You start something. Like we did in the playground, going shoulder to shoulder, hoping somebody throw the first punch.
Yeah,
that's all they doing, man. They go into shoulder to shoulder with one country, hoping that they'll throw the first punch. And then we on for the fight. But again, there's nobody coming at America, man. Nobody. Even if you deal with the drug trade, America, you pull in, narcotics. America was the main reason why narcotics came into America in the first place.
Right.
So you got to go back to the Iran affair. So this thing here has been around since decades, man. So no, you can't come at Colombia and Venezuela for that. You started that stuff, man. And Nicaragua, you started that.
Right. Well, here's some beautiful beam footage on what's really happening, what's really going on. And then how even the President of Colombia and Trump, they're going back and forth with each other right here on Uncommon Sense.
Well, this is a massive story just developing. The president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, is accusing United States officials of murder. He says that in one of these military boat strikes by the United States in the Caribbean, the U.S. killed an innocent fisherman. So you can see this post from Petro here. He says U.S. government officials have committed a murder and violated our sovereignty in territorial waters. Fisherman Alejandro Carranza had no ties to the drug trade, and his daily activity was fishing. The Colombian boat was adrift and had its distress signal up due to an engine failure. We await explanations from the U.S. government. And instead of explanations from the U.S. government, he got attacked by Donald Trump. You may have seen this message from Trump earlier today, where he said President Gustavo Petro of Colombia, he spelled it wrong, is an illegal drug leader, strongly encouraging the massive production of drugs in big and small fields all over Colombia. Blah, 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 blah. He then said, as of today, payments or any other form of payment or subsidies will no longer be made to Colombia. And in that post, Donald Trump further threatened Colombia, saying that the United States may have to take more action against the country. Why? Simply because Gustavo Petro called out Donald Trump. You can see that Petro reposted this tweet right here that says Trump is a maniac while waging war in Venezuela. He now threatens to attack Colombia too, although he can't spell it correctly. Trump falsely claims Colombian President Petro is a drug leader. That is a total lie. Now he's threatening sanctions and attacks. Imperial psycho. Meanwhile, Petro wrote the following: the boat attacked September 16th was Colombian, had an engine on top as a sign of damage, and was turned off. Presumably, it was in Colombian waters. Who was there was a lifelong fisherman, Alejandro Carranza, who has not returned to his home. Alert to the Attorney General of the nation. I request to act immediately, grant immediate protection to the victim families, and associate them, if they wish, with the victims of Trinidad and Tobago to initiate legal actions in the world and in the justice system of the United States. Meanwhile, Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump continue to say that everybody they are killing in these attacks are members of ELN, a designated terrorist organization. But the Colombian president says the fisherman's boat from Santa Marta was not from the ELN. It belonged to a humble family, lovers of the sea, from which they drew their food. What do you say to that family? Explain to me why you helped assassinate a humble fisherman from Santa Marta. And Petro all day has reposted tweets like this, which called Donald Trump a complete liar, saying he has a complete disregard for facts and truth, and saying that the United States is engaged in imperial aggression against their country. And Petro makes clear that he loves the United States. His issue is with Donald Trump. He also remarks that the United States must take responsibility for its role in the drug trade. And he calls the operations of the United States government illegal and criminal. And I want you all to remember that story about the 2 survivors on that other boat that Donald Trump struck. The survivors were repatriated to Colombia and Ecuador. Very unusual that Donald Trump would choose not to prosecute them in the court of law and have people actually hear the evidence against them. This is escalating quickly. Spread the word and follow along for more.
All right.
And there you have it.
Now, the White House had no proof on who, the boat that they destroyed. They had no proof who it was. They put out no proof who it was.
No. And so then when you're looking at, again, like the commentator said, bro, you had those quote unquote 2 survivors, but they was repatriated to Colombia and Venezuela. So the thing about it is, if these cats were actually drug smugglers, they should have been brought to the United States to be held accountable for whatever charges it is.
Exactly.
So, but these cats, again, was just shipped back to Colombia and Venezuela without any kind of prosecution. And you can hear that side of the story. So that's why that admiral resigned from the military, from the Navy, the top military admiral, because he knew this you didn't cross the line, man. And again, you're in international waters.
Right.
What's your surveillance? What's your evidence? Even after the things are destroyed, you're not bringing any kind of evidence, any kind of surveillance, any kind of proof that these people are actually drug smugglers. And to do that in international waters, again, is a violation of the Geneva Convention. So, I mean, I don't know how you get around this. And for the GOP to allow Trump to be making moves like this, again, in international waters. And plus, he's been an aggressor toward a country that can't fight. They don't have, Colombia and Venezuela doesn't have anything they can come back to America with, and they know that.
Right.
You're not going to blow a Chinese boat out of water.
No.
You're not going to blow a Russia ship out of water. You're not going to do that. So you pick on the smallest one in the playground because you know they have nothing to come back at you but a lot of rhetoric to some degree.
Right.
But still, when you're looking at the United States is in direct violation of the Geneva Convention, and I don't see how you can justify this on no scale, man, as far as humanitarian health in this situation, bro.
And that's been the whole problem with Donald Trump, where the GOP, the Senate, the House, they allow him to do whatever they want to, even when you come to the judicial system.
Right.
So it's like, okay.
But again, man,
go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish, bro.
It's like, okay, well then where are the parameters are? Where's the things where are the laws that govern him?
Well, at this point, I don't think they want to have any. You gotta have again rule through chaos. Right. And the only way you can do that, man, is to keep this thing up and to distract folks from what's really going on. The dismantling of your government, the Epstein files, you name it, bro. Where the fire is really doing the damage, they're keeping you so distracted with the smoke that you're not going to deal with things. And at the end of the day, man, if you make it through 3 years without a major war or something like that, and I'm saying if in a big word, if you make it through, again, the knot that they're tying up here, bro, it's going to take you 20, 30, 40 years to unravel. And if again, those who are career politicians and who know what the real deal is, if they don't step in and say something, man, but they're more concerned about the perpetration of this lie for so many reasons. But they have not realized from a spiritual standpoint that, as the scripture declares, man, what you sow, you're going to reap, and you can't think that this stuff you're putting out there is not going to swing back around some kind of way. So you're setting up something, man, I know for a fact you're not ready to deal with. Your arrogance is not going to let you be in a position where you can understand what you're doing until it's too late.
No, not at all. Not at all. And even dealing with the government shutdown, I understand, quote unquote, the Democrats' position. But also, you also got to look at the people who's being affected by it. It's innocent people who had nothing to do with either side. They just want, what's right and what's fair and what's due to them. But, in one sense, I understand the Democrats, but in another sense, I say, hey, you got to think about the people and come at it another way.
It would be hopeful that was the case, man. But, sometimes you can be so tunnel vision that you forget this thing called sanity, and this is where I think the Democrats and even, again, the Republicans, you're failing on the thing because you're not concerned about, as you're saying, the collateral damage.
Right.
You're concerned about what you have, this idea of victory, but you're not concerned and you're not understanding that you're just thinking that since the end justified the means, that's the premise here. But no, the means that you're taking to get to the end is doing more destruction. So by the time you get to the end, it ain't going to be worth it. If you look at, again, the collateral damage it's going to be on the field.
Exactly.
But at this point, man, again, somebody just want to have that stake in the ground and raise your flag, and that's the issue, But there's no way. But at the end of the day, man, you can't put this on your Democrats. I don't care how you flip it.
Right.
The Republicans have been in control of the judicial system, of the executive branch, of the legislative branch for the past 20 almost 30 years, in some shape, form, or degree. So what? Everything you're saying, man, is by the policies of the Republicans. So you're very. They spent the last years after Obama got out trying to dismantle the Affordable Health Care Act.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so they're doing one of two things, man, trying to institute their foolishness and dismantle everything that's worth anything. And so they're more concerned about that than they are, again, really doing any kind of governance up there, man.
Wow. And brother, when you sent me this, I was like, oh my goodness. Eric Trump
That part.
claims that his father saved God and Christianity. Now,
That's what he said, man.
I'm gonna let y'all hear it for yourself. See and hear it for yourself, because I was like, "Are you see?" I never knew God needed saving, but I didn't know
That
that.
part.
I didn't know that man needed saving. Here it is, this
I
beautiful
didn't either.
on Uncommon Sense. Whoa!
And look how much better humanity and our world is. You know, we're saving Christianity, we're saving God, we're saving the family unit, we're saving this nation. I mean, you know, DEI is out the window, Benny. You know, I mean, you no longer have Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the national, for the national anthem. You no longer have, a Budweiser going woke as hell, or all of this is dead. And yet, what do we have? We have a return to people going to church. We have a return to people, valuing their children and valuing society and believing in the white picket fence and what the American dream represents and what the American dream stands for, and American exceptionalism and peace around the world, and that people can coexist with one another without having to, pick up arms and destroy each other for no reason whatsoever, other than, incompetent and egotistical governments. It's a beautiful time, and he will go to heaven for all of that.
Okay, first of all, you got it mixed up. I believe God is the creator, and He's the creation. So the creator does not need saving from the creation. First of all,
That part.
Number two, okay, now you believe that your dad's going to hell. You can't make that call, homie.
Last time I checked.
But I guess you think you can make that call. And people been going to church. They ain't start just because he got in office.
that part, player.
What are we doing?
Well, for some reason they believe white is right. And at this point, man, to say egotistical governments and stuff like that, and your dad has the biggest ego of them all.
Right.
Which got to be stroked every single day.
Every single day. If it's not stroked, then you got to go.
Yeah, it's a problem. I mean, any man that needs his ego stroked that much, you compensating for something else. But anyway, I'm just saying, you compensating for something, boy. You can't add to it by just getting compliments. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, at the end of the day, Doc, that boy there has said some very arrogant statements.
Yes, sir.
That I don't know, boy. You really want the big man to really call you on that?
Ooh-wee.
But I sure would like to be in the room when he does. I want to be in the room when he does that, boy.
Boy,
I want to be in the room.
Be in the room, Doc, when he call him on that one. You said,
boy. Yeah. You're saving God. Explain that one. Just that one there. Just before you go any further, just explain that one, that you're saving God.
Explain to me how the creation is saving the creator. Explain to me that.
Well, is all your boy Pontius Pilate and the confrontation with Jesus when the boy said, I have the ability to give you life or death. And Jesus, I'm paraphrasing. Hold on, player.
Hold on now. You got you now. Wait a minute. Let me put you in check right now.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
check that what you just said.
right after he put him in check, right? That man said,
Mm-hmm.
I wash my hands.
I'm done.
I'm done with this man.
That part, player. Yeah. And so I'm telling you, man, one day sooner than later, and I foresee it coming. I'm not a prophet, man. I'm just you can just see things, the handwriting on the wall.
And right on the wall,
God's going to check you, because again, you just can't put things out there and pull them into something, and don't think the boss man ain't gonna one day sooner than later check you on it.
Right.
But
right.
you have a conscious man on this planet where again they believe a particular persuasion is always right.
Right.
When you look at it. So if it's not in that particular experience, then it's obviously wrong. But to come, and again, I don't have a dog in that fight because I know where the truth is. It's a situation when you do have a populace that believes that stuff, man. When you believe that this cat is, quote unquote, sent by God.
Right.
Yeah. But then to be able to do, again, this the only reason why how you can justify the travesties and the atrocities that this cat is doing, and being allowed to do to humanity, because you got to tag God to it. But that's an issue for those who are spiritual. That's an issue, because to put God in it means sooner than later God is going to have to speak up for himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he will.
And again, and he will. Yeah. And again, I don't think folks really want to have that conversation.
No, I don't think so.
I've been in the room plenty of days, man, acting up, and my dad sitting in the room, but I was too far from him to get me, I was too far before that hand could come get me.
And see, the beautiful thing about that, he said, I'll wait my time.
That's all he did.
Time is coming. My time is coming.
Yeah, and then when you got in that car and that hand reached back in the back seat and grabbed your knee and squeezed that sucker all the way home. Yeah, that part. Yeah. So that's what I'm believing God is doing right now, man. God is letting you believe what you want to believe.
Right.
But when he gets ready to check you,
by the end of the day, when he check you,
and again, I don't want to be in that room. I want to see it,
but I don't want to.
But I don't want to be in the room.
I don't want to be in the room
because somebody rolled this way. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to be somewhere so I can see it. I just want to be in the room.
Yeah. Wow.
I just want to see it. I just want to see it somewhere.
Uncommon sense was the real conversations that challenge the mainstream narrative, brother. Uncommon sense. And we come on every Tuesday at 7:00 p.m. to give you all the news and all the stories and even the why behind some things so that we can get an understanding on what's going on. We're not complaining. We just want to get an understanding. All right, Michael B. Good show, Michael B. And we'll see the folks.
Well, I appreciate you, really good.
I appreciate you, man.
Sound like a plan to me, man. Sound like a plan.
Peace.